Hello everyone, a new Whimpering Waste has hit Wuthering Waves and it was rough. It was absolutely rough. The HP inflation is going crazy, but we gotta make do with it. The tokens are absolutely worthless, but it is what it is. I went in with my Cyberpunk team, which features Lucy, Rebecca and Mornye, and for the second half I went with my Phrolova team, which features Phrolova, Cantarella and Shorekeeper. Now I'm going to just mention that the sequences that I have are on Lucy. Like I have an S2R1 Lucy because I was blessed with multiple copies of Lucy. I mean, I'm thankful for the game for that. But all of the other characters are S0 and only Lucy and Phrolova have their R1s. Like, everybody else is not on their signature weapon. So it is kind of like an F2P-ish clear because, I pulled on certain characters. I pulled for their weapons on characters that I love and then ignored the rest. And I've got to say that, why Whimpering Waste is becoming annoying is it's less about the fact that, the HP is inflating. It's more about the fact that tokens that were given are highly useless. Like in this version, we have a token that benefits Yang Yang, the newer Yang Yang, and there's literally no other alternative. So if you don't pull Yang Yang, that token is absolute crap. Now before we didn't have this problem because before the tokens were if you inflict negative status, so you can use Zani, you can use Kardathia, or you could use Imeth in Fusion Burst mode. I mean, we had plenty of options. Now it's Havoc, Bane and Glacier Shape. So if you don't have Hiyuki, if you don't pull for Yang Yang, two tokens are effectively useless and you're left with one, generalist type of token. Even though it's not really generalist, it focuses on Lucy, but still Zani can make do of it with the Spectre damage bonus and the heavy attack damage bonus and the basic attack damage bonus. But overall I feel that it's less about the HP and more about the tokens now. Also the enemies are getting quite aggressive. Like I have S2 Lucy, so she does not get interrupted, but I got interrupted quite a few times when I was playing Phrolova in second half, and it was rough. Like it actually ruined a few of my rotations and I had to reset the entire run. So it is kind of annoying. Like it's obviously kind of annoying. And overall I just don't really like Whimpering Waste on a whole. It's kind of like I just do it whenever it resets, make a video on it, talk about it, and then just forget about it. Honestly, that's what I do. But overall, still, it's kind of insane that I had to use an S2R1 Lucy to get a similar score to what my S0R1 Phrolova gave me. So it was like, you can see how much they gimped the collab characters, which is kind of insane. It's kind of sad because I actually got this Welkin of the Wuthering Waves, whatever it's called, and it just kind of barely got me R1 Lucy. So it is what it is. However, if you do purchase asteroids and stuff, I have this affiliate link for Loot Bar. If you use Loot Bar, you can use my link to purchase it, and obviously you would benefit, I would benefit, everybody benefits. It's a win-win situation and all, so feel free to check it out if you want to. But yeah, overall, talking about Lucy on a whole, I don't think that she's meant for Whimpering Waste, and even for that matter, I tried Hiyuki and I also don't think that she's also meant for Whimpering Waste. Despite seeing many people clear with it, I don't know, I just don't find her quite comfortable. Now it could be also because of the fact that I don't have Lucilla, so Hiyuki feels very empty. But Kuro Games were evil, like absolutely evil, for putting Lucilla with the Cyberpunk collab patch, so it was kind of rough and I had to make my choice, so I went with Lucy. But overall I just hope that my S2 Lucy will carry me, S3 Lucy, not S2 mind you, S3 Lucy will carry me into the future. Alright, after that we have the second half, which features Phrolova, Cantarella and Shorekeeper. And this one is your very basic rotation team, like the most basic rotations that you can do, because I always believe in the intro outro stuff. I don't do quick swap because first of all my ping doesn't help me. I usually have a 160 to 180 ms ping, and that is really not good. And second of all, I do not want to tire my fingers. Like, it is not worth the effort, I believe. So I'm gonna stick with my intro outro stuff and chill and just hope for the best, honestly. Now, due to the fact that we don't have any havoc resistant enemies, Phrolova absolutely nails it despite using a 4-star token. Like, imagine if you had a havoc damage bonus token, it would have been insane. Like, Phrolova would have absolutely annihilated this Whimpering Waste. And it kind of makes sense that Havoc is not there because Yang Yang is Havoc. We need more Havoc characters, honestly, so I can flaunt my Phrolova. Actually, like, and I absolutely love Phrolova. She's I personally feel that she is one of the best DPSs that you can get, especially for AoE content. So for this one, same, like, just keep on spamming, keep on seeing those disco lights. And honestly, the aggression, like I said before, it's the aggression of the enemies and the lack of good tokens that is hurting this Whimpering Waves game mode. Because I feel Tower of Adversity still has, like, Tower of Adversity faces a different problem. The problem that it faces is that they put annoying bosses in it. Like, you have the Mia. You have Mia and the Nameless Explorer, and then you have Sentry Construct, and those bosses, like, the bosses that just actively run away from you. Those bosses are absolutely bad, like terrible to play against. But it is what it is. For this one, I chose the all attribute damage amplification token because I feel like that is better than the Echo one. Like, majority of the times Phrolova is dealing damage through her basic and her heavy attack. Her Echo skill isn't really doing much, I feel, and especially I don't have Chi-Yuan, so still that Echo is not hitting hard. It's her basic and this heavy attack that she does that deals most of the damage. So I feel like the amplification one is still much better. And I barely got 25, like 2500 on both of these stages. I was obviously ending with 2500 on one side and 2000 on the other side, so it's kind of rough, but we did it. We did it, and you will see my builds right here. It is not the highest builds that you would see, like, not min-maxed and all, but it is certainly a good build. I personally feel like it's a good build and it helps me clear majority of the stuff, so I'm content with it. I'm not gonna wreck my brain over, like, getting that 21% highest crit damage stat on my Echo. Like, screw it. If I get one crit damage, I don't really care if it's a high roll or a low roll. I'm just gonna chill. And also, one advice, if you're using the Cyberpunk team, I would recommend putting Rebecca on the Static Mist gun. I used her on Cadenza, I think, over here, but I feel like Static Mist would be much more better for overall team damage. And buffing Lucy. And she also gets that energy regen buff, so it kind of balances it out. Now, with that being said, I mean, this is it. These are my clears, and let me know how your clears went. And honestly, if you can't get a triple S, just screw it. Just screw it because it is not worth it at all. They're just becoming kind of like Star Rail, where the seeing copies, like sequences as a normal thing to get high scores, and I just don't vibe with that notion, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to support me, and have a great day. Goodbye.